Good afternoon, race fans, here to Iowa Motor Speedway, a classic short track, pretty much a traditional one to say the least, inside line dominant, and Tim Fiegel for Allen Family Racing Team earned the pole for this little Dodge team. With Kyle Bisceglia on his outside, Bisceglia comes into the race as the points leader and looking to extend it yet again. This 17 car has been consistent, and he's looking forward to do that today. Green flag in the air, we're racing here at Iowa. Great start by Tim Fiegel in car number 43. Kyle Bisceglia looking to fight back on the outside. Sean Angel looking for that runner-up spot. As you see the car kind of stepping out a little bit off of turn 4 there. Sean Angel not able to get the momentum, but Justin Johnson willing to take that third spot away. As you see Scott Roush also navigating that outside line, but the top two already pulling away in the early start of this race. Jack Porkins stuck on the outside. Corey Williams looking on the bottom with Bradley Bishop Jr. in hot pursuit. James Shelley had not the best qualifying effort. He's also trying to make his way forward through the pack in order to get in that top 10. But right now, it is Tim Fiegel that leads the way here in the early stint, already here at Iowa. Scott Roush and Corey Williams and Bradley Bishop Jr. all battling for the all-important 6th position. Roush holding his ground on the outside these past couple of laps, but Corey Williams looking to the bottom underneath car number 3. Williams trying to get that car cranked up off of turn 2, and he's going to be able to quite easily, and a great exit by the 5-hour energy machine, as he's now going to look under Julio Caesar. Caesar really gets loose coming in the corner. Corey really dive-bombed the corner on the 20 car, and Corey Williams hungry for a top 5 position on that Napa Auto Parts machine. As the number 14 goes into turn number 1, Bradley Bishop Jr. willing to commit and follow, and there you see James Shelley and Hannah Allen making their way slowly but surely as well, running inside that top 10 as Scott Roush really getting shuffled out of line. James Shelley looking to make it 3 wide, and Julio Caesar ends up being the big loser out of that one as he went way up into the marbles there, and he's actually against the outside wall. Jack Porkins looking to take an opportunity as well. You see Jeffrey White getting around Jarrett Gross in that number 94 car, but Julio Caesar just like that, falling back on that outside groove there. He's got to get down there because these cars are swarming him in this race, but it looks like he might be able to file back in behind Alexander Rowe and in front of Jeffrey White for the time being. Alex Benyako, though, the Kentucky winner, also making his way towards Anthony Marquez. Jeffrey White now putting a nose underneath Julio Caesar for the 12th position, looks like. And car number 11, Jeffrey White has had some great runs in this car lately, and for his move at KR, it's been a very good move for Jeffrey White's case so far. But Julio Caesar still fighting back on the outside, giving him plenty of resistance, but looks like that's gonna fade, and car number 11 up to P12. With Tim Fiegel and Kyle Bisceglia running away from the rest of the pack, everybody's caught Sean Angel for the 4th spot. A single file train right behind car number 6. As Scott Roush gets shuffled out of line there, a little bit of a bump and run from James Shelley. Jack Porkins looking underneath teammate Hannah Allen. And here comes Alexander Rowe leering into the picture. Alexander Rowe did get a run-up spot last year at this very same racetrack, and Jeffrey White also coming in the picture. He's also wanting to spoil the party as Hannah Allen gets shuffled out of line, and that's not going to be good for her because here comes cars number 05 and 11. The Chevys getting up on each other here for a top 10 spot. And Alexander Rowe is going to get the position away. Jeffrey White doing the same, while Bradley Bishop Jr. getting around Corey Williams for the 5th position. And Scott Roush willing to do the same there in car number 3. And Williams stuck up high. Bradley Bishop Jr. down low. James Shelley getting shuffled out of line there by Jack Porkins, as Porkins now looking to take advantage of the number 71 stumbles, as well as Scott Roush. The CM cars are marching their way forward. Cars number 3 and 1, as well as car 0, who's fallen a little bit back in this run. She's also still been running a relatively quiet run outside the top 10. But at the moment, you see Scott Roush battling Corey Williams for the position. Alexander Rowe looking to make it 3 wide, but not able to get the momentum off of turn 2. And Corey Williams holding his position, holding his ground for the time being. Alexander Rowe looks to the bottom, and that has allowed Jeffrey White and James Shelley to come into the clutches. in that main pack as well. But Sean Angel doing a great job of holding his momentum in the 4th position, but here comes Bradley Bishop Jr. charging into the fray, looking for that 4th position. Bradley Bishop Jr.'s been so close so many times. Sean Angel's car has blown up, and Rodriguez Racing having another mechanical issue this season, and this time it's Sean Angel that has the woes, as car number 6 now trying to get down to the inside line. Big points implications for Sean Angel, the 3rd place finisher in the championship last year. It looks like it might not be the year for him this year, as the caution flag will wave for the very first time today, and it's for a mechanical issue for Sean Angel. Tim Fiegel now leads on the restart. Kyle Buschelli in 2nd. These drivers did pit, so not much progression in terms of pit stops, but expect some drivers to be a bit more aggressive. Bradley Bishop Jr. already showcasing that he wanted to nudge Justin Johnson out of the way. He's trying to give him a rough introduction to the Hardee's Natural Series, and he's still leaning on that number 60 car. Scott Roush willing to do the same thing. He's following Bradley Bishop Jr., and they're both going to pounce on the rookie together to get around him for a top 5 position. Jeffrey White, though, gained some spots in pit lane. He's on the move with Corey Williams right behind him, so the teammates are trying to launch their way forward in the point standings. Jeffrey White's been having some great runs, but the battle for the lead rages on between Tim Fiegel and Kyle Buschelli. Who's gonna get to the flag first, as they're side by side for the race lead? Looks like it's going to be Tim Fiegel for the time being. Kyle Buschelli, though, actually was able to lead that lap. And car number 17 now to the inside, and to the race lead goes Kyle Buschelli there, and here comes Bradley Bishop Jr. underneath his teammate Tim Fiegel for that 2nd position. Bradley Bishop Jr. looking very good in this early run so far, and the Mopar machine now up to the 2nd spot. Tim Fiegel, though, dropping like a rock because Scott Roush and Johnson are back on his tail, and Scott Roush now looking for that 3rd position underneath car number 43. Into turn 3 he goes, gets close to that yellow line, tries to hug that yellow line, and looks like he's going to be able to successfully clear car number 43, and it's Scott Roush up to P3. But Kyle Buschelli, though, now leading some laps on the racetrack. The points leader certainly loving what he's seeing right now, and that is performance for the TaxAct machine, and they have been executing ever since they've gotten the points lead. Kyle Buschelli, a menace to be reckoned with. Jeffrey White has been able to salvage a 4th place run after passing those cars to and fro, but the battle for 5th is on between basically 5 cars under a blanket. Justin Johnson holding off teammate Anthony Marchese, but Marchese getting the run off the corner. Jarek Gross looking around Jack Porkins for position, and Corey Williams stuck on the top side with Tim Fiegel down at the bottom. Fiegel's car hasn't really been the same since the drop of that restart, and looks like he's been fading slowly but surely. Corey Williams, though, way up high in the marbles. That's going to allow Jack Porkins to make it 3 wide for the time being, but has to back off just a tad. And really, Corey Williams, basically a lucky opportunity, because here comes Max Ludger and company right behind him. Jack Porkins now looking again on the bottom of the track. Tim Fiegel looking around Justin Johnson for position with Jarek Rose behind. Car number 94 has been a little bit under the radar in this session, and so far he's looking so good. UER has pretty much a good short track racing package, but the results this year haven't really showcased the ability that this team has in store. But Jarek Gross demonstrating the runs this 94 team could get if things go in the right direction for that team. But you see Max Ludger, though, navigating his way around Corey Williams, James Shelley, and Alex Benyako looking to do the same thing, as Shelley's looking to make it 3 wide, back it down to 2 wide. And James Shelley able to top off Corey Williams. Looks like into turn 3 he's going to get late on the brakes, so really let off the gas much later, and he will get around him quite easily. So now he's on a mission to get around Max Ludger for position. Max Ludger, though, pretty quiet run in the 10th spot. The T-Mobile machine looking extremely good for the time being, as Shelley now easily manipulates his way around car number 99. And Justin Johnson, though, willing to put a block, not able to. James Shelley just having more experience behind the wheel. And the Zest machine already flying his way forward here. Turner Performance Racing looking to repeat their success so far these past couple races and to become a dominant team in terms of winning, or potentially winning, this championship. Justin Johnson, though, has been stuck on the top side. Max Ludger looking to try and make a hold, make it stick, and off of turn 2, contact made, and Max Ludger spins around into the safer barrier and up the racetrack into JJ Roberts. Hannah Allen and Coven Black are collected in the wreck as the caution's gonna fly again, this time for an accident, and it's Max Ludger who was looking for a solid top 15 run. His race is over just like that. JJ Roberts, who hadn't started off the race well, his race is also kaput. Hannah Allen was looking pretty quiet, but looks like she might be out of it as well. And looks like car number 99 trying to get down to the apron there, but for Max Ludger, his race is for sure over. And you see Ludger just wanted to make a little bit of a gap on Justin Johnson, just clipped the quarter panel, and Vance Conwell finished him off. Conwell couldn't really do anything different there, and Max Ludger just clipped the inside wall, slides up the track trying to regain control, and into the path of JJ Roberts and Hannah Allen, and Coven Black as well. A 4-car wreck, taking out a lot of contenders, especially JJ Roberts and Hannah Allen, who were looking to potentially try and fix something in that second stint, or potentially in the second half, but looks like it's not going to be to their way here today for them. A rocky result for all 4. With pit stop cycled out, Noah Hart actually became the brave soul to stay out on the racetrack compared to the rest of the field, so Fisher Motorsports willing to take a little bit of a risk. In terms of strategies, the green flag is out. A tremendously good start from Noah Hart, and Kyle Bachelia was caught sleeping quite a lot, as you can see the difference in gap between the Toyota and the Ford Mustang, as Tim Fiegel taking the initiative looking for third underneath Scott Roush, as Roush also was caught sleeping just a little bit on the start as well. And Jeffrey White, though, lurking his way forward, trying to catch car number 3 to the inside as well. Jeffrey White, though, a bit quiet under the radar this season, and now he's up to the 4th position underneath car number 3, while you see Jarek Gross, though, just in that top 10. We talked about him just a little bit, but Alex Benyanko has been making his presence known on the track these past couple laps, as now he has launched his way inside the top 10 in car number 8. So despite Hannah Allen out of the race, 3 of the CM Racing cars are still running well inside the top 10. Scott Roush, though, the highest running until looks like maybe until Jack Porkins is able to spoil the party for Scott Roush, as he goes underneath car number 3 and easily takes that 5th spot away. So car number 1, though, looking to try and find some success on the short tracks yet again. They won Gateway Motorsports Park, and they're looking for another win this season. We don't usually talk too much about the people in the midfield towards the back, but how about Diego Yepes running in the 20th spot, James Silverfox running inside the top 25, and Brandon Cresta also in the same boat. You see Paul Jackson getting around him and Bobo Jones. You have to admire the determination and perseverance these drivers go through, especially near cars that aren't as competitive as the front runners. See TJ Smith also running a tremendously good run in the 27th position. William Brock has not had the most impressive of weekends. 3 wide action there between Jackson, Silver Fox, and Shepard. Shepard going way up the hill and actually into the wall for turn 4. And that's going to give the 98 team 8th spot just like that, as well as TJ Smith. Looks like Shepard's car really tight in this run. But how about this midfield? They're just running very well, keeping their cars mostly clean and giving each other quite a lot of space, but still an aggressive part, really aggressive attribute in terms of the midfield. William Brock now getting around Aiden Shepard. Shepard again in the wall. Shepard really just struggling with that Dodge Challenger. And William Brock, though, continuing to get on the move, trying to find some momentum as he goes around Kev Shear. Looks like Brock might have found something with the car finally, but the Big Red Machine, he's got to do something. William Brock has to do something if he wants to really step it up for Yep Motorsports. The battle for second is on between Fiegel, Porkins, and Bachelia. Bachelia sliding up the hill and into the wall. Looks like car number 17 kind of clips. You can see the sparks kind of flying against that outside retaining wall. Here comes Jeffrey White looking to pounce on Kyle Bachelia. And now Jack Porkins looking to take the runner-up spot away from Tim Fiegel. Fiegel willing to give him a little bit of space off the corner, giving him plenty of space. In turn 3, they're being very hospitable to the 1 team. But looks like it's still going to be Tim Fiegel that ekes out Jack Porkins for the 2nd position, as Jeffrey White, though, advancing his way towards the 4th spot, and Alex Benyanko, though, launching his way, creeping his way forward in this race. Slowly but surely, this 8 team has made some great adjustments to the Reese's machine, and looks like Alex Benyako could be one to look out for, as now he looks on the attack on Kyle Bisceglia. Bisceglia just stuck on defensive mode ever since the drop of the restart. And Scott Rouse, though, also launching his way forward with Bradley Bishop Jr. and James Shelley. Corey Williams, though, still quietly running inside the top 10 with a 10th. But right now, it's still Noah Hart leading the way, but Tim Fiegel is right on the bumper of car number 12 here, because now Fiegel willing to put the pressure on Noah Hart. Hart has been defending and holding his line these past couple of laps. And Tim Fiegel, though, you can tell how different those tires are, how young the tires can be compared to the number 12 car. But Noah Hart still defending that line perfectly on that 43 team. You see there, Jack Porkins going for a little bit different line off of turn 4, looking to see if he can find some grip on the outside groove, trying to find some clean air in that Blue Death machine. But now Noah Hart, though, still holding his ground. Jack Porkins, though, great run off of turn 2. He looked like he wanted to put a nose underneath Tim Fiegel, but decided not to see if Tim Fiegel himself could make a move on that 12 car, because Noah Hart, though, holding the field up just a little bit. You can just tell the amount of haste that that 12 car has compared to the drivers on newer tires, but even so, the veteran showcasing the experience he has. Tim Fiegel doing the same thing, so basically some past SCS drivers sweeping this top 2, but this is just how close these drivers can get. Tim Fiegel checks off of turn 4, and that's going to give Noah Hart some breathing space. Tim Fiegel has once again put the pressure on Noah Hart, and there you see Benyako looking for the 3rd spot, but for the top 2, that's what they're going to be focusing on right now. Benyako clears Jack Porkins off of turn 2, looks like not quite, but here comes Tim Fiegel now ducking to the inside, looking to find some grip on that inside line. Noah Hart slides up the racetrack. Here comes Fiegel to the inside, and now the battle for the lead rages on between the top 6 cars, all within a blanket. And here comes Fiegel down to the inside. Kyle Bisceglia looking to make it 3 wide for 2nd. Kyle Bisceglia getting really aggressive with his fellow points competitors. And Alex Benyako, though, able to split the middle just like that. Noah Hart has to give way. And here comes Jeffrey White and Bradley Bishop Jr. to join into the party. Noah Hart's against the outside wall. And car number 12 now a sitting duck on those old tires. As you see, all these drivers just navigate their way around the Great Clips machine. But Noah Hart, you have to give him a round of applause for holding up those field of cars for quite a while in that race machine there. Fisher Motorsports looks like they could be building off some strong runs here, and with runs like Canadian Tire and Kentucky, this was a great sign to see with Noah Hart behind the wheels. You see Jeffrey White now going around Jack Porkins for the all-important 4th spot, but Alex Benyako has been launching his way forward. His car's been looking great in this long run, and now he is in the bumper, or really close to the bumper, of Tim Fiegel in car number 43. But Jack Porkins looks like he's going to be able to eke out Jeffrey White, but Alex Benyako, though, he is now giving pressure, giving a ton of pressure to Tim Fiegel. Into turn 3 he goes. Alex Benyako just looking to see if he can find something in that car. Really good grip off of turn 4, and he's willing to see if he can crack that 43 car under pressure to make a mistake in turn 1. But right now looks like Alex Benyako not really able to put much of really find some momentum on that 43 car for the time being. Here comes Noah Hart down pit lane. They might be going for a huge undercut strategy if the race goes green all the way for this 12 team. So a very gutsy call from the crew chief behind the 12 team as Noah Hart brings it down to pit lane. But looking at Justin Johnson, Corey Williams, they're eking it out for some track position that is for the 12th spot. So it looks like Justin Johnson might be able to get it. But looking at the lead pack, they have caught lap traffic here, and it has allowed Bisceglia and Porkins to reel them in yet again. So back to a 4-car battle for the race lead. Tim Fiegel's got to find a way to get around the lap cars as much as he can, because here comes Alex Benyako down to the inside. Coven Black almost gets turned off the bumper of Jack Porkins. And here comes Benyako on the inside, but Kyle Keith is in the way, and that allows Tim Fiegel to run off with the race lead again. Kyle Bisceglia, though, indecisive of where to go. Kyle Keith still committed to that inside line, so that really the lap cars aren't really playing into the keeps for a lot of the lead lap cars. But Tim Fiegel, though, now getting around Daniel Bouchard in terms of getting that 34 car a lap down, getting the best Western machine a lap down, as Alex Benyako able to go to the inside. Same thing with Porkins and White, you see in the background. Loving what he's seeing right now, loving that the lap cars aren't cooperating with the top 4 cars, as now he can have a shot at potentially getting this race win. But in terms of the status of Noah Hart for the time being, where is he running at the moment? 38th right now, so he is only a lap down. So once the pit stops recycle, Noah Hart could come back as the race leader. But right now you can just see how much pressure Alex Benyako's willing to put on Tim Fiegel, with lap cars playing as the big variable in this race. But right now Tim Fiegel's holding his ground pretty well, as you see Benyako make a mistake into turn 3. Heavy traffic for the leaders has caused Alex Benyako to lose plenty of spots, and Kyle Bisceglia could be another victim of lap cars. As there you see Porkins now going around for second. Jeffrey White, though, has slowly but surely made his way forward inside the top 5. He is now in the 4th spot. TJ Smith now blocking that inside line of Tim Fiegel, and that allows Jack Porkins to make a nose underneath car number 43. But it's a matter of what TJ Smith will do, as now he goes back to the inside. Lap cars not really cooperating with the leaders whatsoever. It's a common characteristic at short tracks to really be a pain for a lot of these drivers. But TJ Smith, though, still playing, really just being a nuisance for a lot of the lead lap cars. Jack Porkins, though, still stuck behind car number 06. And here comes Jeffrey White and Benyako to go around Kyle Bisceglia for position. Bradley Bishop Jr., though, also right behind him. Don't count him out just yet. And James Shelley has also reeled him in as well. So a 7-car battle for the race lead is slowly but surely heating up. But Kyle Bisceglia now in the worst case scenario getting held up by lap cars, as now Bradley Bishop Jr. navigates his way around for the all-important 6th position, looks like, or the all-important 5th position on the track. So Kyle Bisceglia just not having the day he's wanted, despite having a good points day. He certainly wants a better position than where he's at the moment. And James Shelley, though, also getting held up by Blaze McKinney in car number 95. But it looks like it's Tim Fiegel still leading the way, as they're now trying to get around Kev Shear and Brandon Cresta in car number 98. As looks like Shear does cooperate with the leaders, he gets out of the way. Brandon Cresta, though, willing to defend his car to stay on the lead lap in case a caution comes out. But Tim Fiegel now getting massively held up. Jack Porkins, though, willing to put the pressure. Now he puts the nose on car 43 again. Porkins looking to make another lunge at it. Brandon Cresta, though, gets shoved up the hill by Porkins, and an aggressive maneuver by Porkins as car number 1, now P1. On the charts here, and to the race lead goes Jack Porkins in the Blue Death Machine. Jeffrey White now advancing to 2nd, Benyako up to 3rd in car number 8. So the Flying Blocks Racing Alliance running 1, 2, 3 in the race right now, and Brandon Cresta is certainly not cooperating with the Allen Bailey racing cars above him. And we got a couple of cars heading the wall for turn 2. Julio Caesar and Alexander Rowe have found their right sides damage to their race cars. You see cars coming down pit lane. No caution on the track for debris, but looks like Arch Cycle green flag pit stops are about to begin here at Iowa. It looks like there's some contact between Blaze McKinney and TJ Smith, so Smith's car looks like he might have stalled. Bradley Bishop Jr. came in, looks like a lap earlier before the leaders did. Jack Porkins, though, where will he come in? Let's see where car 1 comes in. Car number 11, 8, and 43, the 3 cars coming down pit lane. Looks like Jack Porkins might be doing the same thing, and I think he might be staying out for an extra lap or so. And it looks like car number 1 deciding to stretch it out just a little bit. Now he comes down pit lane, and it looks like the cycle might end, and it's a matter of where Noah Hart could end up where he's at the moment. He is only a lap down for the time being, but this could really change in a heartbeat for car number 12. Remember, he gains time in an undercut, but it's a matter of how his pace is at the moment that he could regain that race lead, because car number 12 could be the winner of this race if things go right in the right direction and if the cycle goes according to plan. He does get around Jack Porkins, looks like, still lap number 91, so actually he's still got another lap around, so Noah Hart's gotta really pick up the pace if he wants to get around Jack Porkins on the track. He has gotten around White and Bishop Jr., so that's already a net top 5, looks like, for now. But looking at where Jack Porkins is at, watch Noah Hart into the picture. There he is. He zooms on by past Jack Porkins. And Noah Hart, though, with a gutsy strategy call from the Fisher Motorsports camp, is in the race lead of the race right now, because now he is stuck behind Brian McDonough as a lap car, and he certainly does not like that. He almost spins him around, and Brian McDonough with a great save. Noah Hart, though, throwing the finger at Brian McDonough for being an uncooperative lap car for this 12 team. And Noah Hart, though, with a 1.39 second gap over Jeffrey White in that number 11 team. While you see the rest of the pack now, they're all gonna be in catch-up mode in order to catch this 12 car. Jeffrey White and car number 44, Bradley Bishop Jr., have been able to reel in Noah Hart slowly but surely. You can tell by the intervals above on your screen that the gap is just winding down to 7 tenths right behind Noah Hart. And they've all got to get around Brian McDonough if they want to have a shot at winning this race, because Noah Hart is hoping that 07 car could be the wild card and how this race could end up, as Jeffrey White now goes to the inside of it. Caution's out on the racetrack. Where is the caution coming out? Smoke up ahead. Jake West is upside down, and he gets hit by Daniel Bouchard and Paul Jackson in it as well. And that's gonna change the outcome of this one, because Noah Hart was leading across the caution flag, but where it looks like we might get another late race restart, just like last race at Kentucky. Noah Hart, though, could be a sitting duck on this restart. Looking at what happened, Jake West got hooked off of Tim Fiegel. He slammed that inside wall tremendously and then slid up into the racing line with Aiden Shepard, no place to go, and then just Blaze McKinney T-boned the driver's side of Jake West, and Daniel Bouchard and Paul Jackson had no place to go in that one. And wow, what a vicious wreck there. That is a serious wreck for Jake West. Man, that was a driver's side impact for car number 21. And you see the ambulance is getting close to that race machine, just the amount of carnage on the track. And here's a slow motion portion of the replay. Tim Fiegel just washed up the hill right into Jake West, and West just out of control. He's trying to get the car straight and just whops the inside wall really hard. And just that 21 car just aimlessly on the track, just trying to keep the car in one piece, but it looks like that's not the case. He lines up into the racing line. Aiden Shepard just piles into the 21 just barely in the quarter panel. And then watch Blaze McKinney just on the brakes, T-bones the 21 hard. And the 21 goes twirling up in the air, side by side, end over end. And then Marquez and the others just avoiding it. Watch Daniel Bouchard, he just clips the back end of that 21, sending the 34 for a little spin. Jeff James with a great save. And then you see Paul Jackson at the end of it with no place to go. He just barely got a little bit of damage, but that's the one that basically killed that number 90 car, knocking him out of the race as well. But for Jake West, what a vicious crash there. They have taken him to the infield care center to see if he's got any injuries for that 21 car. But a damaging result for Jake West, certainly not the run he wanted, and certainly with the free fall of a career he's had, this is a moment he certainly wants to forget. 1 to go. When they cross the line, they will be coming towards the line with 13 laps to go. Noah Hart, though, with a crazy strategy call from Fisher Motorsports, is in the race lead, but Jeffrey White and everybody else on way newer tires compared to the Great Clips machine. Could the strategy pay off? Let's find out. As the field rounds turn 4, green flag back in the air. Noah Hart with a great launch on Jeffrey White, as everybody else, though, they're gonna be pouncing for track position with this lack of laps remaining, as Noah Hart now trying to get to the inside, trying to hold off Jeffrey White. Off of turn 2 they go. Alex Bignacco getting turned off of James Shelley, but a miraculous save by the 8 team. And Alex Bignacco is going to be very upset with James Shelley. He got turned, looked like, off the bumper of car number 71. But Noah Hart, though, now trying to fend off Jeffrey White and Bishop Jr. Car number 12 though, like I said, on way older tires, Jeffrey White seeing if he can find a lane to get around the 12 team. Back to the inside, Noah Hart able to clear Brian McDonough. That could be the wild card of this race if Noah Hart can navigate his way around Brian McDonough. Jeffrey White just did, and now it's on between Jeffrey White and Noah Hart, but McDonough gets shoved up the hill by Bradley Bishop Jr. Here comes car number 44, great run off of turn 2. Bradley Bishop Jr. now getting really aggressive, sending it in the corner, and Jeffrey White now losing the second position to Bradley Bishop Jr. BBJ now up to the second spot as Noah Hart, the Bandicoot, trying to hold on to the race lead. Jack Porkins though looking to stealing third away from Jeffrey White, but now off of turn 2, the battle for the lead is on. Inside versus outside, new tires versus old, and Bradley Bishop Jr. now to the race lead. Jeffrey White swipes second away, and Jack Porkins looking to also steal third away from Noah Hart. And it looks like those old tires finally kicking in for the Great Clips machine, as now he has dropped from first to fourth within a lap. Great pass by Bradley Bishop Jr. getting around Jeffrey White and Noah Hart within the 2 laps he had. And now he's got to do one thing, and that is to fend off Jeffrey White. Meanwhile though, Tim Fiegel though dropping like a rock in this race as Kyle Buschelia looking to get around Peter Onjek so he can dispose of car number 43. Anthony Marchese looking to steal a spot away from the Taxec machine as he looks underneath for the position. Ross Jackson though also reeling into the picture. We haven't talked about Ross Jackson all race long. He is slowly but surely also making his way forward. He's looking to steal a top 10 away from that 33 team. But looking back, Alex Banyaka though and Scott Rauch are catching Noah Hart. Hart did get passed by James Shelley, but Alex Banyako is looking for blood on that number 71 car because he knows he got turned off of James Shelley. Tim Fiegel though looking to attack back on that number 8 car, and look at how much pressure Tim Fiegel's willing to put in as now he looks low underneath car number 8. Banyako gives him the space, and now it's on between the 5th position. Noah Hart's in danger of losing a top 5 because everybody behind him, you can tell, is way faster than that Great Clips machine. Banyako against the outside wall that time around. Kyle Buschelia though looking to see if he can really just take the pieces away from these drivers ahead of him in order to gain some track position. Meanwhile, behind him, they're crashing behind him. Ross Jackson spinning around across the field, and into the wall he's gonna go as the caution's gonna fly. They're still crashing right behind him, and Bradley Bishop Jr. will lead the field across the line, and that might settle the deal for car number 44. If he does not come down pit lane, Bradley Bishop Jr. will get another victory in the Hardee's National Series, and it will be a first for the Allen family racing team. And here's a replay of what happened. Ross Jackson was held up behind Peter Onjek. Vince Fries just gets into the back of the 25, sending him right into Vance Codwell, so Texas Motorsports not going to come out with 2 clean race cars at the end of it. Jeff James just trying to avoid it, just kind of stuck in the middle of it. And Ross Jackson gets hit by Jared Gross, Joey Murphy, Smith, and Kyle Keith, sending the 25 into the outside wall basically. And James Silverfox weaves into the 36 there. He was just trying to avoid it, but it just ends up being an innocent bystander of it as well. But that was the deciding factor that determined the outcome of this one. And Bradley Bishop Jr. at the time was leading, and he will be the leader. If he does not pit, he could be the winner of this one. And here's the incident off of turn 2 on the restart between Alex Banyako and James Shelley. You see Shelley right on the quarter panel of the 8. But off of turn 2, looks like they just ran out of space. James Shelley gets into the back of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup machine, sending Banyako for a long slide thanks to TJ Smith's car being present. But for Alex Banyako, he is running inside the top 5 on the restart, and that cost him a potential shot at the win and a top 5 effort, as he ended up, looks like he will file back. Let's see where he ends up in this caution flag. He will, at the time the caution came out, he will file back to 9th for the time being, looks like, with James Shelley on the other hand a 4th for car number 71. So certainly there's going to be some sparks flying between him and Shelley after this one, and maybe a lot even with Ross Jackson and Vince Freeze. We're going to have to wait and see, but right now, it's Bradley Bishop Jr., though, leading the way. White flag is in the air, one more lap to go. The race will end under caution, but Bradley Bishop Jr. is the current race leader at the moment. If he does not come down pit lane, Bradley Bishop Jr. is set in stone for his second career Hardee's National Series victory. And for Allen Family Racing Team, this would be quite a feat with their cars running up front all day long. He's been one of the few quiet runners in this race, but has certainly made his presence known when it counted the most on that late race restart. Bradley Bishop Jr., though, has had one heck of a career. Had a lot of criticism in the Sony Cup Series, moved down to the Hardee's National Series, and went down to Curtis Racing, got a victory there, and now with Allen Family Racing Team after a lengthy stint at Red Stallion, he's looking to turn his career around. He's brought one team to victory lane and brought them up to the rise, which was Curtis Racing, and today, Allen Family Racing Team is going to be able to celebrate as the checkered flag is going the way. Bradley Bishop Jr. wins here at Iowa Motor Speedway, his second ever career victory in the Hardee's National Series, and a first for Allen Family Racing. What a job there. Dodge is going to be very proud. They have showcased their dominance in the Sony Cup Series with Ryan Griffin's reign of terror, and with this number 44 team winning, this has also brought a lot of optimism for the Dodge camp and the Hardee's National Series. A lot of people have been skeptical of Dodge being on the rise, but I think critics might have shut up because Allen Family Racing has now won a race finally in the Hardee's National Series. A lot of heartbreak for Bradley Bishop Jr., but now it comes into his way with a win here today. Jeffrey White, though, gutted run for him. He's going to end up second. He's going to be a bridesmaid yet again. And this time, Jack Portkins gets a third. A lot of people thought he wouldn't be performing too well. James Shelley gets a fourth. Noah Hart fifth. Tim Beagle, top 10 run for him. Scott Roush gets a quiet seventh. There you see Kyle Bichelli eighth as the field gets frozen in time. Alex Bignacco gets ninth, and Anthony Marchesi rounding out your top 10. So a little bit of technical difficulties at the end there, but even so, congratulations to Bradley Bishop Jr. on his second career victory. Like I said, he has brought Curtis Racing a win, their first career win as a team, and now he's brought Allen Family Racing Team their first win as a team as well. Thank you all for watching. It has been a great first half of the season, and hopefully we get a fantastic second half of the season in terms of the championship fight.